What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dwayne here. We're Growing Together Nursery, home of the Maria Mango, folks. Check it out. We have an awesome, quick little video for you today. Well, we'll see how fast we can go here, but we are open. We may even be able to get a customer or two. But anyways, today I wanted to go ahead and talk about something that I've recently invested in. I have done a couple of videos, well, showing you in an older video exactly some of these. If you've been watching them, you already know what this is. But if you're new to the channel, first and foremost, welcome. Two, I wanted to go ahead and tell you the newest investment here. Within, I would say, less than 50 bucks, you can go ahead and get started. Even cheaper if you go ahead and break it down, but I'll explain exactly my system here. For under 50 bucks, you can go ahead and feed your whole entire system very cheaply, right? And almost free. Now, what are you talking about? So what we have here is, this one's an empty bucket, so this one doesn't matter. But I took these food grade buckets that used to house pickles, right? And I converted them into composting tea buckets, basically. So I take the scraps from the yard. I'm using moringa, Mexican sunflower, weeds of all kinds of different sources, grasses, everything that we're finding and chopping and dropping. I'm actually making a little mound over here. I'll show you in just a sec. And am composting it down, aerating the sludge or the wonderful nutrients in there, and using it on the plants. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and do this. This is not a you should do this. This is more of a here's what I'm doing and here's what I'm practicing here on the property. And I will show you some results if we have some time here. But I'm telling you, this is something that is very beneficial. I'm already starting to open my eyes up on how easily and how efficient this really is, considering how easy it is to start with. And you can totally tailor it up to your doctoring. You can brew it however you want, depending on what's in your environment, what it is that you want to use, and you can go ahead and find out for yourself. Look at the results. The results in the end will tell you how well you're doing, or if it's killing your plant, right? If this is so negative and it's something that's going to deteriorate or harm my plants per se with fungi or anything weird, then I would have seen the results by now. I'll say that I've been doing this for about 3 weeks, maybe a month on that. I think right around that. I'd have to go back and double check, but I've done some applications already on the bananas, and I'm starting on some of the potted mangoes as well. And just going off of the foliage, I'm seeing some differences already. It happens very fast, and this stuff is, again, almost free. Let me get you in here, and that way you can go ahead and see exactly what I'm talking about. The very system here, oh, Mexican sunflowers are blooming, y'all. It's that time of year. They are open. We'll see exact. We'll show you guys here in just a few minutes what's going on over here. But we're here to talk about this wonderful system that I created. Well, did not create. There's many different iterations, I'm sure, online. This is just how I'm doing it here. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the tripod. Now, what do we got here? So, in each one of these awesome little buckets, well, these two here, mainly two, all right, what I have here, food grade buckets, we have a nice brew going on in here. As you can see, there is some aeration happening, all right. These buckets are getting aerated up in there. And I am not paying anything, right? These are on solar panels right here. These are one of those Amazon specials, all right? Under 20 bucks or under 25 bucks. I think I paid maybe 23, 24 on one. And then the other one was like 18 or 19. And we're getting different results, right? We'll talk about them, but about the brew itself, amazing stuff. We got a little stirring stick over here. And of course, you got Kiwi. I can't be over here messing around with the microbes without her getting all in the mix. So let me show you real quick. Take this stick, stir that, look at this, a little banana peel action, whatever you want to toss in there. But I take this stick, give it a nice little stir, mix around all that wonderful stuff, and pour it out into this bucket. You can dilute it if you want with water, but what I've been doing is testing it full strength, right? I'm pouring out, I would say, the top, 3/4, if you will, and then leaving the bottoms, because what I have in here are these bricks. Well, right, that way they can weigh down this organic matter. If not, most of this weeds and grass and all that will float to the top. So I go ahead and mush it down in there with the handy dandy stick, and then put a little weight on there. All right, that way cooks nice and down below the water there. You don't want it floating on the very top, because I'm noticing a lot of gnats and little bugs will climb up on the top and live up there. So make sure they're down in the water there. Give it a nice little stir. Whew, does it smell the best? I'll say this. I've done this before without the air, and that was way worse. With the air, it's not that bad. I do, little spider over here. I do leave there's 4 different snaps on this top right here. I'll leave this top one up here open. That way I do burp it. But I do put a lid on. That way all these little gnats don't go in there messing around. But that's how I do it here. I do leave the top of it open. That's where the air is coming from. And this is all customizable, folks. You do this however you can go ahead and do it, right? Whatever weeds are in your area, whatever leaves, sticks, mulch, you throw it in there, compost. Oh, you got a 4th bucket. What's in this one? Well, this one is homemade biochar mixed in there with some awesome, wonderful stuff. Like had some fish emulsion in there. I've already put the sea kelp. I did have some fermented urine left over. That's all wonderful. Letting it sit in there. That's been in there for months, folks. And pulling it out and just putting a hair in there. You don't have to put much. You can throw in azomite. You can throw in, again, moringa or Mexican sunflowers, whatever leaves you want to. And it's just brewing for free. As long as the sun is out, it works. I'll say this. Not all solar aerators are created the same. We'll talk about these one quick second here to tell you what we have going on. Now they say that they're water resistant. That's totally up to you. Now, 2 different models. This was my first one here. Now, I'm not going to drop links. Hey, man, let me know. Listen, they're on Amazon. We'll explain them. You can find them. Do some legwork, y'all. Don't be lazy. So this one, right? Again, they're knockoffs. I don't know the name of them, but this one has more like a battery. So it'll charge up in here. There's different modes in there. So like high, medium, low, and a power button, right? Works okay. This is the first one that I've gotten, and I've seen it even over here on cloudy days, still pumping away, even towards the night, okay as well, because I guess it charges and then slowly disperses it. Different speeds on that. Then I said, hey, let me go grab another one on there, and then this one arrived. No buttons, no functions, just the box, the panel, and this air stone. So that's this one in here. And as long as the sun's out, all right, you got some air coming to it. You know, there is power. I think they're only like 2 watts, so it's not much. But as long as the sun is out, then you got aeration. But any sort of cloudiness, then see ya. So what I did was I ordered another one. This one is the second one that I got. This one's the one that I ordered a second, just because I do like this one a lot better. Under 25 bucks. This one was 18, so really spend the extra couple bucks. But what I'll do is I'll have 3 now and create another bucket, because this one just is underpowered, and I don't like it that you can't really do anything during cloudy days. So for the rain, of course, you got to come up with something on the fly. How about a pot and a solar light just to keep the water out? Yay! Let's see how long they last. For under 25 bucks, all right, for the aerator, a normal food grade pot or a bucket here. Don't go for those blue and orange ones. You know what I'm talking about. Those will only last you a couple of months. They're very brittle. They just go to crap, and you end up chucking them. Right? Splurge a little bit. Get yourself a nice, good pot. Again, these had pickles in them. Shout out to that company, Patriot Pickle. Patriot Pickle. My goodness, read it correct. And Huns. All right, so anyways, these look like they're well built. They will last. Even the lids are legit. Got these from the farmer's market. Hard to find, but I guess you can buy these brand new as well on Amazon. But quick little solar aerator, whatever junk you find outside, doctor it up to your liking, put it on the trees. Now, we're tired of you telling us how it's done. Show us some results. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that some of these trees have been struggling. Some had yellowing leaves. My bananas were tiny over here. I'll show you. But this is a little Kathy that I just dropped some beautiful of that, some of that GTN exclusive tea, this and that tea. And she is growing great. And next to some chaya right there. But let me show you. It's a gorgeous day out here in 9B. Other than that, I've had a couple of people already swing by the nursery. Hang on here. This tripod's all jacked up. Give me 1 second here. The Barbados are dropping all over the floor. Come on by and taste one if you got some time. Let me get you in here. If you're missing your vitamin C, you better get some or else you'll get that scurvy, folks. You don't want that. Let me see. Still not ready. This is more my speed. I like them. Man, a ton of little flies in here. Dang, that one got shredded. How about this one? That's a little bit better. Let's get you in the sun. Not too bad, folks. Eat around it, but there's still fresh ones and still more blooms in here. Did I give this a little bit? I sure did. I sure did. I gave this a little bit on the back and flowered up and still going. Anyways, all over the floor. We're here to show you some other stuff. So I'll say this, Miwa Kumquat will be getting some because this fruit does not stand a chance to the fruit that I had last year. Hence why she is going to fertilize the floor. 10% bricks, not acceptable, folks. Only because it's the first year that that she's given us fruit off that sauce. She was being fed commercially prior to, so of course all those wonderful flavors. These are just green hibiscus, edible leaf, edible flower. All the little blooms are coming out, but we'll switch over here real quick. Still collecting some roselle. Got a few more batches coming. Let me show you these girls. This is my Lacatan. And if you go back, you'll see how small she was, not even a couple months ago. She's still small. We're not expecting any racks for any new people. We're like, oh man, you're talking about a tiny banana. I know. But just look at how healthy she looks. Now this is after, I'll be frank, probably about 4 or 5 small amounts. I'm not using like a full bucket on one of these. I'm just coming by with the bucket and just kind of dispersing, I'd say, I don't know, 3 or 4 cups a piece on these bananas. Here's my Mahoy. And I mean, much, much bigger of a leaf. Looks totally like she wants to be here. She wants to go ahead and fruit for us next year. I mean, very green. You go back and look, this thing was sitting on the ground. So just putting it all right there in the middle, dropping some of that homemade brew. And this right here is starting to look wonderful. Like she wants to go ahead and be fruitful, you know? Ice cream bananas, same deal. Thinking this is more of the tall Namwa versus the dwarf, but I don't know. Haven't ever grown her this big, but we're gonna find out. Usually winter does the whole pruning job for us, but huge leaves, folks. Nice and green. They weren't like this. I'm telling you, you can sit there and use whatever you want. I'm sure you can use that Heisenberg or the Smurf pea, but this is all natty right here. This is just that tea and a little bit of fermented juice and off and growing. Next year, we expect some pups or some racks if all goes well. Next year, we'll have some, look at this one. This one's the Pasang Raha. Same deal. Huge green leaf. Looks better in person, folks. Trust me. And for the first time, we got pups. She's never tossed any pups my way. And there's a nice little sword sucker. Never tossed any pups. Now she's over here going, hey, not only is there enough for me, but I got some more on the way. So Roselle, this is the last bit of it. We will be getting these calyxes off for this last little small batch. One more round, folks, one more round. And then that'll be it for them. Gonna miss them until next year. And next year, we will make more, folks. Don't worry. The jam is coming in. Nana is very excited about making it, showing it, you know, spreading the love. This Valencia Pride is growing like a weed, folks. Hopefully, we can get some fruit this following year. So, am I using the compost tea inside of the potted trees? I just started on these mangoes. Now, they do take full sun. They're back here getting spanked. So, I saw that the leaves were turning a little bit more on the yellow side. So, started giving them some. And even on this Rollini over here. This thing's been taking some beatings just by sitting over here by itself. Oh, the only Rollinia here, so I say by itself, but it's never alone. They grow together, folks. It's in the name. But this one, just one use, folks, already greening up very nice. I can't lie, I can't make this up. Straight up. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's not a sauce that I'm going to come out with for sale and say, hey, you have to use this. No, these are my microbes on my property. Yep, we got some oak branches that are dropping out of the sky. You got this tree that's starting to come down, folks. I know. So, making a mess. We've had some high winds here, so it is one of those things. Oh, we got her, folks. We got her in the act. Look, man, I just freshly mulched that because she was over here digging, trying to find another mole. This is what we do. Every day of my life, I got to come out here and stop her from messing around. Until then, look at this one. This is the towering Thai. Bigger calyx on her. Haven't grown her to maturity just yet. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, is there a mole in there? Is there a mole in there? She does not care about anything besides getting that mole. And are they out here? Oh, they're out here. Because the more organic matter that you toss down, you're making that wonderful playground for them and home. And you'll see their little burrows going through the mulch there. So, and it's mainly sugar sand here. So because of that, easy digging for a very energetic pup. Which, hey, she's turning a year, folks. She's going to be a year old. So we'll come back and fill it in and off we go, folks. Literally, it's every day. But things are flowering and looking great over here. Mosquitoes are laying low because we got some nice wind. Passion fruit's coming. Fruit's coming. Don't worry. But yes, even the miracle fruit got some love and it's shot up already. It's usually been sitting low. I'm telling you, this stuff, I'm seeing some results. I stare at my trees all the time, every day. And just by giving them one or two little cups of this stuff, you already notice it. I'm telling you. Try it out. You're selling me on what, Dwayne? Nothing. I'm telling you, you build it. Sorry, there's lots of wind today. Lots of wind. I mean, hey, prayers and blessings out to Jamaica. This is nothing. I know they're going through a lot of devastation over there, but man, sorry for them. But a little bit of wind here. This is nothing. I cannot complain, folks. Look, there's another branch down. I just heard it, but a little bit of wind, folks. I cannot complain. This is just a few miles an hour, but we still got a lot of feeding to do. And you're going to find out how sweet we can get these mangoes. Can the Fairchild taste any better? Oh. When you feed them better, guess what happens? Guess what happens, folks? They're going to taste sweeter and they're going to taste cleaner, right? Your mouth will tell you what's nutritious and what isn't. What do you got there? We got a Floragon and a Venus, and their birthdays. Who does that? I'll tell you their birthdays so you can celebrate the crap. Double Dragon, look at that. That was years ago. 2024. But room for more. We can add a few more this next year. I'm hanging on to her. You got another one? I got a CAC and a Venus on that one there. But I do have one of those for sale already. But that one's going to hang out. What else you got? Oh, real quick. So I came over here and gave the carry that had some, look at the difference. I don't know if you can see that. I know it's got some shade on there. But this carry hasn't looked this green in a very long time. And just, wow. I came over here. She's had 2 doses already. All right. And that's, again, just how much? Just a little bit, man. Little bit. I don't know. You're going to have to figure it out. But Valkyrie, same deal. Had a lot of this, like leaf burn already. But it was yellower. And literally, within a couple of days, they greened up. Can't make this stuff up. You try it and you tell me if this stuff works or am I just seeing greener stuff. All right. Am I spraying with Fish Emulsion? Sure. But not to this degree. And I've used the Fish Emulsion and still haven't seen them literally really become very vibrant and dark. I'm telling you, I ain't making this stuff up. You try it for yourself. See if I am full of it or not. Let's get a fresh one from back here. They're better pick fresh off the ground. The bugs usually get to them first, but see, that's the color right there. That'll be more tart, but get your vitamin C on, folks. Get it fresh. Get it with the microbes. Okay. Here's another one that we're working on. I planted this one a few weeks back, and she's just chilling. Hasn't done much. This is the Asian pear, and hasn't been doing a whole lot. So, give her a dose, and just wait. Let's find out how well she perks up and how long, right? Tune in and find out. But is she sitting in some shade? Sure. All right, but she doesn't mind it. She already told me. Ask her. Hang on here, let me cut through. But the nursery is open this weekend. It is Thursday, folks. We always got stuff. Longan, 7-gallon. 7-gallon, $80 with the tax included. This is the old foliage. Don't worry. And guess what, folks? Am I going to start using that compost tea on my potted trees over here in the nursery? Guarantee it. Yes. On certain things that need it, I will, again, still try this and try that. Sorry, I'm trying to move this stuff around. These winds are knocking stuff over. I'm going to test them first. I'm not going to go ahead and just go full strength and give all this. No. Slow down. I got to test it, make sure that it is safe. All right. It is safe with an asterisk, right? Or quotations or whatever. But no. Look at those sweet fruits. These are these Puerto Rican ajis, folks. This thing is just dripping peppers all over the place. I got them falling all over the ground. Come pick me. Look at them, y'all. Look at this. This is what compost tea does. No. I know. If you know, you know. This has not had any compost tea. This thing is the biggest pepper tree plant that I have ever produced here. Am I proud about it? I'm not going to say, folks, because if you know, I will be honest that I did not plant this. This is a total, see how clean they are? I don't spray anything out here. This is a total volunteer, and I did not fertilize and do not fertilize any of this. This is all from whatever is here on the pallets. Yay! This is the extra fertilizer, we'll say. And the limbs are doubling over with fruit. And these are not spicy, folks. These are sweet peppers meant for sofritos. Boricuas come from far and wide, man. They love these little plants. This is an original from Puerto Rico, too. The mother's original. The OG seeds did come from PR. So, good little peppers. If you know, you know. Come on by. Buy a plant. We'll hook you up with a pepper as well. Come taste them. Good flavors. But anyways, we sell mangoes too, folks. Mangoes. Woo! Still got a few. Not many. There'll be more. Don't worry. All right. There's always more. Had a good week at the market. Met a lot of really cool people. As always, got a couple of Sugar Rush Peach still cooking. But it is that time of year, folks, where everyone should be out growing their foods. We don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I will have some spinach here. And you should be growing it yourselves. Come on, lemongrass, utilize it. Do have some, only some, I think like 4 more towering ties available. That is it. Not anymore until next year. Got some herbs, longevity spinach. Oh, the shade just blew over. Wonderful. Always stuff to do. Work continues. Mojito mints, chocolate mints, Okinawa's, dollar tomatoes, y'all. I ain't spraying these and they're getting beat up. I'm not even going to front. These things need to be trellised, thrown in the ground, utilized, instead of sitting here in these baby pots. $1 a piece. Come on by. Where else can you get that? All right. We got some regular peppers over here for you non-spicy types. Red. We have some greens. We got some orange as well. Do you spray? I don't believe you. Listen, man, the bugs will tell you whether we do or we don't, right? Can't make that up. Just shows you that they are all natural. Just take those, flip them back, on we go. But anyways, we got more stuff, and as they get ready, we send them out. Things in the chop shop are brewing still, making more room for the cool weather that's upon us. Little sugar apples still waking up. Oh, and I had to upgrade the cockpit area. Finally, that last one started breaking down on me. You spray, you told us you don't spray. Listen, I spray all the organic stuff. Let me explain. I know it's been a minute since I've talked to you about our fertilization program. All right, so what do we spray here? I know you guys are a little bit off here. What do we spray here in this backpack sprayer that has a little, it's actually battery powered now. You charge up this little wand and this thing is a lifesaver. My goodness. Prior to that, I had one of these little pumps over here and it broke on me. After 80 bucks, it broke after like maybe 4 months of use. I do have a tiny little hand one, but man, it's a pain. This thing really does help. So therefore, I do utilize it a lot. Now, only organic stuff. You guys can find this stuff on Amazon as well. This is an old sea kelp, just organic kelp. I know it's faded. And then also fish and kelp mix. Not sponsored by these people. This is what we use for potted stuff mainly. But I will use this stuff on the plants in the ground as like a foliar feed. I'm not out there dousing and drenching them. Stuff mainly for stuff in pots here in the nursery and my collection, right? But now with the compost tea, I may try to go ahead and strain that down, get that down to something that it's not going to clog this system up. I think that's the worst thing is may have some sediment. So therefore, if I can put it in here and utilize it, try it out, see how that goes, then we'll let you know. But anyways, yeah, finally got rid of the old pallet that I had on here. Termites were wrecking it. It was a long time, and this should last me for a little bit. Easy. You know, I got to make way more than these, but slow and steady, folks. And also, we got a package, folks. This in here is going to be another another thing that we're going to start adding to our program here, to our food forest. So what is it inside of here? Trust me, it's in here. They call it bunny berries, and in there is bunny poop. Yay, you can see that. Yep, fresh bunny poop. This customer was over here telling me that I needed it, and therefore she was going to hook me up, and did she today. So this morning we got blessed with a nice decent sized bag. I am going to utilize it, try it on some wonderful trees, start off with the bananas, work from there. But I've heard great things. Slow release, very green, don't have to compost it. I don't have any animals here besides the dogs. So this is going to be useful. And who knows, down the road, I may get some here just because this stuff is gold. Anyways, I don't want to keep you too long. We got work to do, man. Great weather is amongst us. The time change is coming up, so they're going to rob us by an hour. So unfortunately, with that being said, that means that we'll start closing at 5, right? Because I need that hour. Closing at 6 now. We have to drop back. I know. If you're here around 5:30, maybe we can work something out. Call me, let me know. I know a lot of people are trying to get here after work sometimes because, you know, if you're close, you know what it is. So anyways, hit me up and we can work something out if you have to be here just after 5. Otherwise, we are open to the public Thursday through Sunday. The hours will be changed again. It will be 10 to 5. All right, 10 to 5 Thursday through Saturday, 12 to 5 on Sunday. But if you need to work something out, I know a lot of one more thing. I know some people show up when we're closed. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I know you show up on a Monday or Tuesday. I can't just open up the doors and let everyone in here whenever they're available. It is something that we have to have these hours. Unfortunately, trust me, I know it's my backyard. And dude, you're home. Come on, let me in. I know you drove from far away, but give me a call. Let me know. We can work something out in advance. Don't just show up on my days off. We do need those to relax and to also get after it out here. So anyways, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Get you some compost tea setups. Start your brew now. Try it out. Don't take my word for it, but also take my word for it. Have a great time. Also, we got dogs here, folks, okay? And I know people say, man, what if I come over and you forget to scoop and I step in poo? Well, listen, man, if you step in poo, then a discount's for you. Goodbye.